Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be looking at some other Lego related stuff. So I recently had the opportunity to go to a brick convention. It's one that I've been to before. I went last year. I got some stuff. I went again this year, and I plan on going to several more yet this year, which is very exciting. And while I don't have a booth or a place where I show mocks or where I have things for sale or anything, I do like to participate in those events, and I like to shoot footage there. And it occurs to me that for all the events I went to last year, I didn't ever upload any of my footage from various events, and so now I have even more to do, and that's kind of a consistent work in progress. But I did want to take a moment to share some of the things that I did pick up. This isn't everything, but this is some of them. So one of the things I've never really done in the past is like just pick up minifigures, like just raw minifigures. But I saw all of these Chima minifigures and was really interested because I've been looking at some Chima sets recently, and I thought the minifigures were interesting, so I did want to get a couple of these, and I wanted to get some maybe of like different factions or tribes that I may not have had in some of the sets that I looked at. So we have different ones here, and maybe in the near future I'll look at some of the things here, but at the very least we have like they all have, you know, printing on the torso, midsection, and legs down to the feet. Like this one has one translucent leg there. They all have interesting kind of accessories, headpieces, helmets, wings. This helmet headpiece thing with the printing on either side, printing on this one, interesting mold here with printing, stuff on the top of this one. So a lot of really cool stuff here, which I was pretty excited to get. I did get I think a reasonable deal on this. I think they had them, you know, it was $5 a piece, or if you bought 8 at $5 a piece, you could get one free. I had 5 of them and sort of threw a number at them, and thankfully, you know, some of the vendors there were willing to work with me on the prices. So I'm not going to go like into these right now, especially because I don't know what these characters are. I also got this poly bag, which is from the Lego Batman movie. It's one that I don't have. It seems like a relatively basic one, but it looked really fun and interesting to me, so happy to get that. And then in that same vein, I got some of these sealed bags of the Lego Batman movie CMF collectible minifigures from Series 2. So I've collected all of Series 1 from the Lego Batman movie, and I was having a little bit of a hard time finding some of these sealed, and I have no idea if the ones I have here are unique, or if they're duplicates, or what exactly to expect. And I'm actually not even sure about what's all included in the Lego Batman movie Series 2 CMF. So I'm excited to take a look at those. And then I got some other box sets and some other little things that I felt I got good value on them, and so it was overall a very nice experience. And so, you know, in this video, what I'm going to do actually is open up these CMFs. I think I'll leave this to another video, and I'll talk about these Chima characters when I know more about them, and maybe the next time I look at a Chima set. But I did want to take a look at these, and these are CMFs from Lego Batman movie. Like I said, this is the set number is 71020. And I believe these came out in, I think the first ones were from 2017, And so this might have been 2018 or something like that. And I don't know how long after the Lego Batman movie that is, but there were some characters in here and some versions of characters in here that were not in the first series that I was pretty interested in, and so I decided to get some. I think these used to retail for $4. I paid, I think, $6 for each of these, so $24 for all of them. I think for the majority of the Series 1 Lego Batman movie CMFs, I paid $5 each, and I felt that that ended up being fine. I paid a little bit more for these, but hopefully it's okay as well, and there's certainly some interesting stuff in here, so I'm excited to open these up. So in this video, what I'm going to do is open these up. I'm going to share my thoughts on them, and that's pretty much it for this video. So we will get right into it, and I'll kind of talk my way through it. I am noticing here that it seems to be we have a different bag than some of the other ones. Like these three have the printing one Lego minifigure. It has the choking hazard there, and this one it's a little bit smaller down here, and it doesn't have the same like hazard label. So I don't know if that's because these are from different regions or what the deal is. I'm also not sure because the back is different too. This one, for whatever reason, says limited edition, but we will just get into it, and we'll open these up. I seem to remember for the Lego Batman Movie Series 1, I did have a little bit of difficulty opening them up, so I am going to use my handy-dandy X-Acto knife here, and we can see what we have. There we go, and I'm not even sure what is available, so I will have to look at this. Okay, this is pretty interesting. This is interesting here. So let me first look at this, and we have, looks like a Disco Harley Quinn. We have a Disco Alfred. We have the Clock King. We have, who is that? Hugo Strange, right? We have like a merman Batman. We have just swimming Batman, which looks a little bit similar to Vacation Batman from the first one. And then it looks like we have Vacation Joker, Vacation Robin, Vacation Batgirl, maybe even Vacation Alfred. Then we have, this looks like Jor-El. This looks like General Zod, sort of. Not sure who this one is. Not sure. Oh, this one might be a Canary. Black Canary, I think. Don't know this one, but it looks pretty cool. I think this is Apache Chief. I think these are the, like, Wonder Twins. This is Killer Moth. And this one looks to be like, I don't know, it's somebody in a bunch of Batman fan club stuff, and that's cool. So we will kind of see here, but I know the first one that we got is, okay, wait, this is Dr. Phosphorus, and then Black Canary, and then Black Vulcan. Okay, interesting. But the first one we have is the Mermaid Batman here. So that is very cool. Let me put this together, and we can see how this looks. This is very funny and very, very cool. So I am very pleased about this being the first opening here. So we have the Mermaid Batman. I think interesting to note, this does have the Batman printing on the minifigure like display stand, and I don't believe the first series of them had that. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive they did not have that. So that's kind of cool there to have the like printed Batman logo on these little stands. That makes it a little bit interesting. And then we have this mermaid Batman. So we have a trident kind of accessory here, and we have a cowl, which is just kind of the standard cowl there. It does have the band for the eye areas, and then we have kind of an interesting expression there. No alternate face. For the torso, we have kind of a very buff Bruce Wayne Batman kind of torso. We do have like the utility belt going around there, and then we have what seems to be like seashell like coverings or whatever up on the chest area there, which is very, very funny, similar to something Ariel might wear. And then we have this mermaid tail with all of this printing on here. And I don't know if this is intentional or not, but I think some of these scale printing things could potentially look like a bat sort of flying there, and I think that's very cute. I don't know if that's intentional. Looking at the back, you know, the back of the mermaid tail does not have printing, which I wish it did, but it's still very cool shape there. And then we have the back of the torso. So this is very interesting. It can, you know, stud down like there is spots on the bottom of the tail for this to stud down here on the display. And I actually think that frames up the Batman logo there really nicely. There's no alternate face, which if I remember correctly, the first ones didn't have a lot of alternate faces either. And maybe some of them didn't even have like back printing necessarily. It was sort of it kind of depended, but this is the Lego Batman movie series 2 of the mermaid Batman, which that's great. That's a really good start, so I'm very pleased with that. And now we will move on to the next one and see what we have. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to work on getting all of these. It's probably something I'm interested in, but I don't want to get a ton of duplicates. We will see. Okay, very fun. I think I know what this is. So let me get this together here. Okay. All right. So we have that. We have, how do we do this? Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So this is the Vacation Batgirl here. So this is very unique as well. And yep, this one still has the kind of printed base there. So we can see this Vacation Batgirl here, which is very nice. So they do have the surfboard accessory there that is printed with the kind of Batgirl or Batman logo type thing there, which is very cool to get a surfboard with that printed on it, even though it's maybe not super useful. And then looking at this figure, this is really great. So the torso is good, has the suggestion of like hips or waist area. It looks like kind of a wetsuit for like surfing there, which is really nice. So some good details up here. The emblem is really good. Looks like we have dual molded arms, which have kind of like the short sleeve of the wetsuit, and then it continues down to the legs, which are also dual molded and then have printing on them. The printing doesn't go all the way around to the side, but that's okay. Let me see. The midsection technically does have printing on the edge, continuing that kind of silver kind of stripe going down there. But because we have the utility belt accessory, it kind of covers that up. And then we have the Batgirl kind of hood cowl here, which is really nice. And the minifigure head is colored kind of to match the wetsuit and the cowl. And I thought it was interesting. The cowl has hair coming off of it, but it's not like dual molded together. The cowl actually has like a little bit of a bar element coming off of it, and we can add the hair there. If I take that off, we can see what it looks like under the cowl. Okay, the printing is so as far as like the face tone matching like the legs and the arms. I think it's close, but it seems to me that they printed that over this color for the minifigure head, which maybe didn't translate super well. You can see no alternate face here for this character. And then we get the back of the torso, which I was pleasantly surprised to see the zipper there and everything else. So this does look to me like a wetsuit kind of surfer Batgirl here. And I think that's great. You know, the dual molded arms, dual molded legs with printing, the printed accessory there, the kind of specialized cowl is all pretty interesting. And of course we get that same base, so that's good. I'm hoping we can get some villains in here as well. But if I get all, you know, heroes, that's interesting too. So let's go on to the next one. And okay, I know who this is. This is exciting, I think, because it's so kind of unique. Wow. Okay, this is something. And you know, it could have been, well, I'll save it for the full kind of close-up look once I get its accessories kind of all put together, because there is a cloth piece here, and that is wonderful. We also have this kind of piece that will go around the neck, this piece here. I think maybe I put that on the wrong way. There we go. Get this on there. Wow. Okay. And this is, I believe, the kind of disco Alfred here, and this is super interesting. You know, there was a disco Batman, and in this series there's a disco Harley Quinn, I believe, but this is disco Alfred Pennyworth. So this is awesome. Actually, I'm really happy with this. It does have the printed stand, has a kind of electric guitar here with the really nice shaping, and the printing, the production work on this is all really quite good. So that's very nice. And then looking at this figure, we can see it's Alfred is kind of having some hair loss here, or is just shaving their hair that way. So the hair piece is actually like dual molded, or no, printed. I suppose that gray is kind of printed on there. So instead of just having like the bald Lego head with the stud at the top, they did want a little bit of hair going around there, so they have that little cap. Face is really interesting. We have these like bright kind of golden aviators. We have a very distinguished mustache there. Nice expression. We also have this bow tie going around the neck. There is no alternate face. You might see that from the back. And then looking at the torso, we have this awesome like suit coat, and it's white and it has a ton of like silver kind of speckles on it, which is great. The gold vest underneath also has some speckles, and the tie is gold there as well. We actually have nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs, which feels kind of consistent for like a suit here. And then on the arms, we actually have printing, which continues that kind of silver speckle on the that's on the the jacket rather, and on the other arm as well. And then looking at the back, we have the same kind of thing all throughout the back. And then we have this really nice cloth piece, which has kind of the silver polka dot type things all over it, and that's a cloth piece that kind of makes the coattails of the kind of coat that Alfred is wearing here. So this is really cool. You know, I maybe would have liked the legs to have the similar thing with more of the kind of silver details that decorate this thing all over, like on the arms. I maybe would have liked those on the legs, but it may not be that the character, is just wearing. It may be rather that the character is just wearing white kind of suit pants instead of pants that specifically match the jacket or anything like that. So I think this is pretty cool. I'm really, really happy with this fabric piece there, which is nice, and I think the face is really good. So this could be useful kind of outfit for someone even other than Alfred there. But we still do not have a villain, so maybe we can get one in this one, or maybe we'll get a duplicate, or who knows. It is a mystery to me. So make sure I get this covered up here. Okay, what do we have? All right, good thing I did not cut the cape. This is another hero, actually, and that's something. But this is one that I guess I wasn't sure what it is, but I have a somewhat better idea of who it is or what it is now. This one actually does have the a double-sided face there, which is cool. And let's see what all we can put together here. Once I get the cloth cape on there. So this appears to be the Batman fan club Batgirl. So Batman, or what does it say online? It says the Bat merch Batgirl. So it is Batgirl in kind of not their typical attire, and is very like fan looking here. So it has some accessories. So we have this kind of bat bucks, or this bat dollar bill here that is printed. We actually get 2 of those, which is pretty nice. They could have one in each hand, so that's really cool. It actually reminds me of, I think, the George Clooney Batman, the Joel Schumacher one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think it's just called Batman and Robin. I believe there's a whole element of that where Batman has, a special bat credit card or something like that, and it was a kind of a little joke in there that aged weirdly, but this kind of reminds me of that. So we get some bat bucks or bat money there. Looking at the torso, we have kind of a thing that says Batman Fan Club with the cowl image kind of in the middle, which is nice. We do have the kind of hood piece here, which isn't like totally like a Batman cowl or a Batgirl cowl, but almost. So it's kind of a hooded piece with the ears. And then we have the printing up top. The printing is a little askew. I think that's on purpose to make this look a little more maybe homemade and stuff like that. We're looking down at the legs. There is printing on the midsection, but it's just like a little bit of this pinstripe kind of stuff over on the left, and it gets covered up by the utility belt. So over on the one leg, it says the #1 bat fan, and over here we just have a stripe. And then looking at the arms, on this side we have stripes, and on this arm we have #1 bat fan again. This character does have an alternate face, like I said, which is really interesting. So here we can see kind of like the eye black or the mask there with the one expression, and we have a slightly different expression. It's a little bit hard to tell the difference, but just a little subtle change in the mouth and in the eyes. So that's a little bit tough, but this is the first one I've seen that has an alternate face. We do have a cape, and then we have nothing on the back for this character. That somewhat makes sense because their back is covered with a cape. And I'm noticing, I feel like the legs on this are like a little bit loose for some reason. They don't feel like they have the same amount of resistance that a typical modern Lego minifigure has, but still very, very cool here. And these are the 4 that I got. So far I've opened 4 of these. I got 4 unique ones. There are 20 total to collect. There's several of the like beach or vacation kind of characters or variants of the characters that are in this series. There are several kind of villain characters that I would still like to get. I would really like to get, I mean, there's a lot of them, and even ones that aren't necessarily villains, like the Jor-El one, I think looks really awesome. I would love to get the Jor-El. Dr. Phosphorus looks really cool. Would love to get that. I think Apache Chief, I would love to get the twins. Yeah, I mean, I probably would like the Wonder Twins. Killer Moth. I actually think I have a Killer Moth minifigure from a set, and I don't know how similar they are, but I do have this Killer Moth you can see in this bag, which I actually think is a bit different from the one that is in this line of CMFs. And there's a Joker figure, that's the Vacation Joker, which I would like to get. So there's not a ton of villains, maybe not as many as the first series had, but there's still Hugo Strange and Clock King, which I really, really want the Clock King. That's one, along with like the Calendar Man and the Human Kite and different stuff, which are kind of the obscure, weird, funny villains that I really, really appreciate. And isn't there one that's like Condiment King too? But I don't think that's in this series. But I would really, really like the Clock King figure. So that's kind of my hunt next. And overall, of the 4 that I've opened, I think they're relatively okay. I mean, I like collecting these minifigures. The Lego Batman movie ones were some of my favorite, and I think this continues that. I don't know which of the 4 is my favorite. Maybe the Mermaid Batman, just because it's so silly. But they're all good quality, I would say, and there's a ton more from this kind of series of CMFs that I look forward to opening, so hopefully I can get my hands on some more of these. And I think that's it for now. You know, as far as value goes, it's hard to say. These have been retired for a long time. They're kind of a collectible thing. I am used to paying $5 for a CMF. When these were on retail shelves, they were $4, and I don't feel terrible about paying $6 for them, especially because it was at a Lego convention where a lot of things are priced kind of aggressively, and that's why for other sets I had to kind of ask, or for the Chima characters that I had out here earlier, I kind of tried to work a little bit with the vendors to reach a price that I was more comfortable with, and I was certainly happy to do that, and I was very grateful that they were happy to work with me. So I don't feel terrible about the price I paid for these. Overall, this was a fun experience, and it's also nice to remember the brick convention that I was at when I purchased these. So very, very nice. Now to hunt for some more here, which is very fun, and I think that's it. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Batman movie CMF Series 2, and then tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shape, size, price point, piece count, just tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for all the help. It means a lot to me. Hopefully we can get there, and I'm just very grateful to anyone who watches, likes, subscribes, comments. All that stuff is very, very helpful. So thank you very much. And if you wanted to support this channel, you can do that here on YouTube with membership supers and thanks. And I still have the Patreon. It's in the video description. It's on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. And maybe consider checking that stuff out. It does help me a lot, and it means a lot to me. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.